Doctor, I want you to look at this EKG and tell me what it says. Objection, don't answer that question, the defense attorney says. Would you like to learn what this is about? Come join me as I share with you exactly what happened. Hi, I'm Jerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial attorney practicing law in the state of New York. I want to share with you what happened during a question and answer session known as a deposition. I had an opportunity to question a doctor recently, and the key in this entire case involved this particular EKG. It was our claim that the doctor who read and interpreted the EKG did so carelessly and negligently, and as a result of that, my client did not get the prompt treatment that he needed in order to prevent him from suffering significant heart damage. So now I had an opportunity to question this doctor who he saw the next day, and I wanted to show this doctor the EKG from the day before. And I said, Doctor, I want you to look at this EKG that was performed by a different doctor who's also a defendant, who's also being sued in this particular case. I'd like you to read and interpret this. Objection, says the defense attorney. I'm not allowing this doctor to review an EKG done by another doctor. And the attorney then continues to argue and says, listen, I'm not going to have my client testify about treatment rendered by another doctor and then point a finger at the other doctor. The defense attorney argued that his client should not have to go ahead and interpret treatment rendered by another doctor. Why? Because they are co-defendants. They are both being sued in this particular case, and he doesn't want his client going ahead pointing a finger at the other doctor who's being sued. Now, at trial, I will tell you, I will have the opportunity to have the doctor read and interpret that particular EKG. But the defense attorney did exactly what he needed to do, and now I'm stuck. Now I can't ask the question, Doctor, read and interpret what the other doctor did. So now what happens? Well, later on at trial, obviously I have to bring in my own medical experts to show exactly what's contained on the EKG, and then explain to the jury why it was not read and interpreted correctly. But during the question and answer session known as a deposition, where I am now asking the doctor questions about treatment rendered by other doctors who are also being sued in this case, now I have to change my strategy and ask different questions, even though the defense attorney is refusing to allow his client to go ahead and answer questions about that particular treatment. I can go ahead and ask the doctor whether he knew about certain treatment that was rendered the day before, about conversations that occurred with the patient or with any other doctors the day before. So there are different ways to get around that particular issue, but in all likelihood, when the defense attorney says, listen, I'm not allowing this witness to answer this question, now we have a dispute. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in the litigation process in a medical malpractice case in the state of New York. You know, I realize you're watching this because you probably have questions of your own. Well, if your matter happened in New York and you do have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. This is something I do every single day, and I welcome your call. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Jerry, G-E-R-R-Y, at oginski-law.com. Well, that's it for today's quick video. I'm Jerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.